Welcome for the second lecture, the status of organic farming. As we see the fruits, vegetables are the organic products, other products which have the share in organic markets. So, most of the fruits and vegetables, the highest share around 40%, followed by beverages 16%, dairy and eggs 15%, bread and grains 12%, packaged foods 8%, condiments 4%, snack foods 4%, meat, poultry, fish 1%. From here you can see fruits and vegetables have the highest share as far as the organic production is concerned. And see, more fruits we do consume as raw, and if it is contaminated with pesticides, the insecticides, the fungicides, that has the severe adverse effect on human health. So, personally have the more on fruits and vegetables as organic productions. Many salad fruits also, like your the carrot or the cucumber, they are taken as the raw. So, if they are with pesticide residues like your the DDT or maybe the chlorinated hydrocarbons groups of pesticides, which have the severe adverse effect on human health, like the BSC is banned from the market, DDT also banned from the agricultural use. Still farmers are using those persistent pesticides. They remain for the longer periods in the food chains, and they have these serious consequences on the human health if you consume them with the as a raw. And the pesticide, as we discussed, they are sprayed in the vegetables and transported to the market without any delay. So, we need to think about this organic farming, how we can minimize the use of the pesticide specially, so that we can get a better quality of foods. And if you see the countries with the largest number of organic producers, the farmers in 2015, India ranks first. So, around 585,200 farmers in India are the organic farmers, followed by Ethiopia 203,602 farmers, Mexico 200,000 farmers, Uganda, Philippines, Tanzania, Peru, Turkey, Paraguay and Italy. So, fortunately the number of farmers, they are converting their land to organics are increasing in India over the years. If you see this one, India has more organic farmers than any other country, as you discussed. So, India has 585,200 organic farmers, followed by Ethiopia, Mexico, Uganda and Philippines. And the interesting you can see, India saw the third highest annual increase of organic cultivable land in 2015, next to Australia and US. So, that means that it shows the statistics shows. So, the farmers in India, they are motivated, they are getting motivated to convert their land to organic. But this should, because we have to go, because it is our land wise, we have the less land under organic as compared to either Australia or US. Though we have the more number of farmers, they are converted to organic. See the organic producer by regions. So, as see the number of farmers. So, Asia stands the number 1, 35%, followed by Africa, that is a 30%, Latin America 19%, Europe 14%, and Oceania, North America 1% is, because it is as for the organic producers or the farmers are concerned. If you see the global organic market, this is growing as the from the 2000 to 2015. If you see the 2000, it was 17.9 billion US dollar. 2005, it became 33.2 billion US dollar, and in next 5 years, it is also very close to double, 59.1 US dollar, and in 2015, this is around 81.6 billion US dollar. So, that means the demand of organic foods in global market is also increasing. But if you see the organic food market in European countries, because they are gaining the highest popularity organic food market European countries, and there are different market. The story for the organic market, why they are gaining, because organic foods they are gaining the premium price, and the farmers are converting their lands to organic in huge scale. So, there are some facts are there, because initially because the consumer awareness, or initially the farmers did produce organic foods, that was a production or the supply induced market. Afterwards, so that is a demand driven, that means during late 90s probably the consumer demand, the customers were interested to have the organic foods, that is a demand driven, and afterwards the government induced, that is a policy induced market came, where the government took initiative to expand area under organic farming. So, that is how the European market they have gained in organic foods, and due to the consumers awareness, the interest, the consumer interest for the better quality of food, at the same time the initiative from the government sides to convert more and more land under organic farming. You see the world of organic agriculture 2015, if you see the organic land, total you have the 50.9 million hectare of organic farmland, and around 179 countries with organic farming, and this increase around close to, you can say, 15% as compared to 2015. Over the past 1 year, 15% increase the organic farmland. And the land is concerned, the top 3 countries are the Australia, Argentina and US. They have the huge land conversion to organic farming. If you see the organic producer, around 2.4 million farmers, that is the organic farmers, and this is increased around 7.2% from 2015 to 2014. Sorry, 14 to 2, sorry, 7.2% from 2014 to 2015. And it is a top 3 countries having higher number of farmers growing organic foods. India stands number 1 as around 585,000 farmers, they are organic, followed by Ethiopia, then Mexico. You see the organic market, global organic food market around 75 billion euro, and top 3 countries US, Germany and France, they have the organic food market, And as discussed now, because the European countries or the US, so this has gained market, organic foods already has gained market. That means there is a health conscious of the consumers, because they want a better quality food. They are ready to pay premium price for the organic foods, and they have the transparency. People, they have a trust building. The consumer to believe it's organic, that means the transparency is a fully organic. So, in India also similarly, if you learn from them, we have to make a trust building, transparency, fairness principles. If you see in organic farmings, the farmers need to build, and the consumers should rely on the products organic, and also the government should take initiatives to support the farmers, so that more and more land can be converted to organic. We are getting more and more farmers coming under organic. At the same time, we need more and more land should come under organic farming. If you see the organic food domestic sale and exports in India, so these are the data. As you see, so different crops domestic sale in metric tons, and the product also export in metric tons, where you can have rice around 5,000 tons as organic rice was for the domestic sale, sugar around 6,000 tons, tea 1,500 tons, coffee 750 tons. So, fruits and vegetables we are getting around 5,000 tons, millets 2,000 tons, oils around 2,000 tons, honey also 2,000 tons. So, these are the domestic sales of organic produce in India, and those who are exporting, see the basmati rice around 5,243 tons, processed foods 8,752 tons, oil crops around 18,000 tons, cottons and textiles 17,363 tons, honey, rice, normal rice around 1,634 tons. So, these are the exported, and the value turnover is around 1,000 crores, including your domestic and the export market. If you see, where are we now? India, the food for thought. If you see, in case of organic foods, we have the leading organic food producers in India. They are the Shrestha Natural Bioproducts, then Organic India, Morocco Organic, Nature Biofood, Sunstar, Overseas, Kashmir Appearance. So, these are the leading organic food producers in India. 1 million hectares of total area under organic crop cultivations in India. So, number of organic farmers are discussed. 585,000 farmers are organic. Around 850 crores organic food exports from India, and 100 crores as a domestic market, Indian market, and 235 total number of organic food exporters in India. So, if so these are the where we are standing against 60 around as we discussed 81 billion US dollar of the organic food market. This is our status. We need to proceed, we need to go further to make conversions of the land to organic. In India also you can see the Sikkim, the state that is converted to fully organic. So, slowly you have to come out to convert the lands to organic way productions, to have a sustainable agriculture, sustainable productions, better quality of the food. If you see the future prospects, as you see India, as organic farming has grown almost 25 to 30% per year during the past 10 years. So, in spite of recession fears, the growth of organic farming is going unaffected. The increasing awareness about the safety and the quality of food, long term sustainability of the system, and accumulating evidence of being equally productive, that is what we are discussing. The organic farming has emerged as an alternative system of farming, which not only addresses the quality and sustainability concerns, but also ensures debt free profitable livelihood options. So, you see Indian conditions as a farming, as you are moving to organic, because we need a good quality of the foods and we need a sustainable agriculture. That means, we need to maintain our soil fertility, we need to live in a better environment, we need to have a soil fertile for a long term. So, the difficulty, the adverse effect of chemical fertilizer, as you see realized today, we want to convert the farming in such a way that our future generations should not suffer. They should get the production as per the need without harming the environments, protecting the environmental quality and also protecting the soil health. So, this is our the concerns, the future for the Indian agriculture. As we move ahead, we need to look into this. Then this comes why, how the organic farming has a prospects, has a future in India. As you see the farmers, more number of farmers, they are getting converted to organic, and there is a scope, ample scope that for the organic farming, because so as you say it needs 30% less input cost. The why you say organic farming needs 30% less input cost, because see, so as we are challenged to maintain the production levels as of chemical farming, we need to use the on farm inputs, like we will discuss in the later classes, the input production, that means the compost productions. The compost production has to be done on the farm. So, if you do the composting on farm, use the crop residues, you can minimize the input cost. Now, we are coming many type farming, we will discuss the nature farming, we are coming, we are dealing with nature farming. So, that way you can minimize the cost of the fertilizers, the cost of pesticides, if you are using the on farm resources converting to organic manure. And as you are growing for organic, it gives the premium price at least 10% higher price as compared to the conventional produce. So, in that way the organic farming can be profitable. Only disadvantage that the yield levels is slightly lower than chemical fertilizer. It can have the 90% the yield as compared to conventional farming. So, that is one the bottlenecks difficulty has, because the chemical farming gives the immediate available of nutrients to the soils. So, it gives a better yield as compared to organic farming, where the nutrient release is slow, but this thing we can avoid if you can enrich the organic fertilizer with specific nutrients as per the need of the crops, and will be able to maintain the yield as of chemical farming. But there are some crops like your cereal crops, and there are crops vegetables. Vegetables are more responsive to organics as compared to cereal crops, because the crops they require nutrients at the specific growth stages. So, we need to meet the nutrient requirement of the crops at specific growth stages to maintain the yield levels. For that, the cereals get the better yield using chemical fertilizer that meet the requirement, where organic we face some difficulties, but still doing proper managements with enriched nutrients, enriched organic manure, we can target the yield at the same time with a better quality. And in Indian conditions, what suitable maintaining animals for compost provides the additional income from milk. So, why I am saying organic farming is the most suitable in Indian condition. This is we can say zero emission concept, or this is a integrated approach of farming systems, where if you see there is no emission, or you say the zero emission concept, as you see in a loop, if you see. So, these are the input of output of one, that as a input for the other components. If you go for the integrated farming systems, you have your crop, you have your livestock, and have your so there are many components are crop, livestock, fishery, also you have the fish production, livestock or fishery. So, the crop, the byproduct of the crop can be fed to the livestock for the feeding materials. Of course, this can go to as a for the organic manure productions, and this the leftover materials from the livestock, that goes for the organic manure, and the crop residue also that can meet the organic manure productions, and this acts as nutrients for the as a on farm inputs. We do not rely on the off farm inputs, that act as a nutrient demand for the crops. So, this concept we say as the zero emission. Zero emission concept, that means there is no waste. So, the byproduct of one component, that act as a input for the other components. So, this is a or we say as a integrated farming system, integrated farming system. So, where the system is a collection of components and their interrelationship, they are grouped together. By doing so, farming systems by crop, livestock, fishery, poultry, and other we have the organic manure or organic fertilizer production systems. So, this can be recycled in such a way that, so there is zero emission, means this as per the global climate change point of view. So, less emission of greenhouse gases to the atmosphere, that means no emissions or very zero emissions from these systems, and here all integrated, there is no waste, zero emission or zero waste production systems. So, this is particularly feasible in India. Why? Because as you discussed, because Indian farmers, you can have the feasible in India, because see the 80% farm holdings are small and marginal, as you discussed, and resource poor farmers. So, for them organic agriculture is attractive systems, as you discussed, is a holistic concept. If you integrate many enterprises which can be feasible Indian farming systems, where you can the farmer can have the cows, as said, because they can and because for the organic farming we need the cattle, cow for the cow dung. The cow dung is the main source of the organic farming systems, that provides the nutrient, because you see the cow dung, the cow excreta, that is rich in many nutrients, also highly energetic, unlike other excreta, because cow horn, that is a receptor of the solar energy, and by receiving solar energy, this helps to the that energy from the food materials, solar energy received by the food materials, and after the digestions, the cow excreta, that is rich in many nutrients and the energy source of good source of energy. So, that makes the organic manures highly valuables with the minerals, as macronutrients, micronutrients, enzymes and hormones. So, having the animals that for compost provides the also the additional income from the milk for the farmers. So, organic farmer is more involved in the farming system, since easily adopt milk farming like poultry, poultry, goatry and the piggery, of course. The proper cultivations, value additions and marketing of this extra produce will increase the income substantially. So, as you say the Indian the small holding farmers, the resource poor farmers. So, for there the as profitability is concerned, they can have integrated farming system concepts where the crops are grown in parallel with the livestock, and you can have the balanced food for his own family like the crop and the fish, poultry, milk and egg. So, that gives a balanced nutrition for the farm family, at the same time it is a healthy food. You see the conversion to organic agriculture. So, now as you see, so how we can make a conversion to organic agriculture. So, we will be dealing in the latter section, but in a brief. So, as you see the status, farmers are interested for conversion, they want to convert to organics, right. So, in this way, so they need the follow the 3 steps: collecting informations, then try out the most promising practice on a small scale initially, then implement organic practice on the entire farm. So, we do not advise that the whole farmland to be converted to organic. So, from the very beginning, so farmers they have to get informations, then slowly convert to organics. So, initially the few portion of the farmland can be converted to organic, and later on slowly and slowly this can be converted to organic. Then how to get informations about the organic production practices? It can get from the books or the booklets like the training, as you give the lectures from training, or sharing the experience with the other farmers, those who are growing organics, videos or the through radio or internet. So, best they can come to any research stations or the universities, agricultural universities who are involved in organic farming, they are practicing organic farming, they can get the informations how to go ahead with organic agriculture. Then how to start implementing organic agriculture? So, that we will be discussing in detail, but in brief as we discussed, you go for the slow and steady. So, some part of the land initially should be converted to organic, and over the years the lands could be added to organics, and it may take around 6 years. By these 6 years, the whole farmland of a farmer can be converted to organics. So, that they include the all the components, the crops will be there, livestock will be there, they should have their on farm inputs like organic manures, they should not rely on the off farm inputs like a integrated farming system concepts they have to build, and the farmers can join together also to convert their land to organic agriculture. Thank you very much.